Hello, everybody, and welcome back from Ontario, Canada. Hope everybody's doing well on this very groovy weekend. Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. And I got for Christmas this Kiss Brush On Gel Kit that I just had to try out. I've never done a full set of gel nails before, so I needed to try it and see how it goes. So I have no nails on right now, which just kind of feels really weird. And my apologies for my trashy nails. There is trial and error involved, and unfortunately, my nails took the brunt of it. So what we've got here is the kit and the instructions. And I'm going to follow the instructions to the T so I don't mess up. And I want to see if I can do this perfectly the way it's intended. So I'm just checking out the instructions there. And they do come with the tips and the glue and the, I want to say sandpaper, but it's not sand, a file and the orange stick. So what they've told us to do is size your nails. And then once I do that, there we go. I've got the nails sized. And then we can start with the application. And according to what the instructions say, it's very easy, almost like a monkey could do it. So we've got the brush on gel, the activator, and then the brush cleaner. And in that order, I think that's the way it's supposed to go. So that's what I'm going to do. I've already prepped the nails, pushed back my cuticles, and taken off the shine from the natural nail. So now I'm just going to take the brush on glue and open up the other bottles for the activator and the brush cleanser. I'm kind of curious to see how this stuff works because I've always thought that all gel products needed to be cured. So I'm kind of curious to see how this works and if it's even going to be good. So we've got everything prepped and ready to go. So I'm just going to take my first pinky finger of my non-dominant hand and apply the brush on gel to the tip as instructed per the instructions. And keep that little tip, the little doohickey thing up there to keep it on and push it down until you're ready to take it off. It just kind of snaps off. It's very easy, but it's actually very easy to hold it with that little I don't even know what you want to call it, the tip part of it. So I'm just sizing it like easy peasy. How easy was that? That was fantastic. It just sticks there like that. So hopefully all the other 4 fingers doesn't give me any issues too. So I just get the next size, which I think I'm doing my ring finger. Once again, just applying the gel to the very tip, just so that we can get it stuck to the nail, and then we'll go from there. So just put it on the tip of my ring finger on my right hand and holding it down for a brief second just so that it stays. I'm just super excited to see how these turn out. I'm not even sure. It looks easy and I've watched some of the tutorials on how to do it, so it seems to me to be a no-brainer. There we go, the second one applied. I've never had short nails like this in like years, so it's kind of weird for me to have short nails. But I really like how it's already pre-decorated for you, if you will. So, and then from there we can decorate it however we want. But that is another video. Hopefully you guys stick around and watch that video as well. So I'm just putting the tip on my ring, or sorry, not my ring finger, my middle finger, and holding it down for a sec, just so it stays in place. You're like, how easy was that? Like a couple of fingers within a couple of minutes. You don't get that with a regular gel or acrylic. Sorry, we're not in focus, but I'm just putting the gel over top of the tip as instructed so that we can stick the tip onto the nail, and then we proceed there from the rest of the instructions. It seems super easy so far. I'm kind of digging how easy it is, and according to the instructions, it should be very easy. So, let's see if it is. And then last but not least, I gotta do the thumbnail. And I apologize for the horrific condition that my nails are in, but that's what happens when you do trial and error on your nails for the last couple of years. Some of the nails have been getting messed up, but they're actually bouncing back, and once I make that mistake, I never make it again. So I just gotta wait for my nails to heal and become proper the way they used to be. So yes, as you can see, I am struggling with this thumbnail for some reason. It just doesn't want to stick down. And what I suspect, not the gel, I don't think it's the gel sticking, it's just, I think it's just I have a wrong size. It's probably just a little too small. So it's forcing it to lift back up, and it's being a pain in my butt right about now. So I'm just hoping that if I hold it down long enough that it'll stick. But as far as it's looking right now, it's not happening for me. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's the nail. But I'm relentless, so I keep trying to see if that nail is going to stick to the tip without getting frustrated and chucking it up against the wall, of course. So here we go, hoping and hoping. It just keeps popping back up and popping back up. Mind you, that nail was also really damaged. That was one of my first damaged nails. And it's actually looking really good compared to what it used to look like. So I have to be thankful for that. So I finally decided that I need another size up because it wasn't going to stick to my nail. So this is me trying to get into the package and getting the next size up, which I think is like the biggest size. But this is the only size left for me, so I really have no choice but to use this one. And thankfully, it actually does fit my nail. So I do struggle with it a little bit, but in the end, I make it work and it does stick on the nail. I don't know why the thumbs always give me such an issue, but they do, and I deal with it. So I've got both the nails for both my hands. I think it's number 0 if I'm not mistaken. It's the biggest one that they have. I never had any issues with the other one sticking on. It was just the thumb. And I just think it's because of the damage that my thumb has had in the past. Now the nail isn't actually as pretty, and it's kind of flat, and there's no apex and stuff like that. But I'm trying to get it back to healthy again, and that's why I wanted to also try these gel nails, because you don't really have too much filing and stuff like that. So, and it's exciting. I've never tried gel without having to cure anything before. So I'm not very patient when it comes to stuff like that. But I really would like to get more into some gel stuff, because I know we can do some of those designs with detail, and you can put one color down, and if you're satisfied with it, you nuke it for a little bit, and then you can continue on. So if you do make a mistake, you just don't nuke it, erase it, and start again. That's the bonus part. And that's what I love about gel. Just unfortunately, I'm financially challenged, and I can't even afford a bottle of gel, so I'm kind of stuck with your regular nail polish, which, is cool, I guess, but I know I'd still rather like to be able to do what you guys do sometimes. So yes, I don't know if you saw that, but I did kind of clamp my thumb just in the hopes that it would stick on, and it did. So now I'm just following the instructions of the manual, saying to put some of the gel and the activator on the crease where the tip meets my natural nail. Just try to kind of try to blend it in. And you always have the option too of filing it down a little bit before you put on the gel and the applicator, so it kind of blends in with your natural nail. And now I didn't really need to do that because it wasn't really too bad, so I didn't really worry about that step. So that's all I'm doing here, is I'm just kind of applying the gel and the applicator, just like it says in the instructions. And unfortunately, I don't know why it didn't film, but you're supposed to actually do once you finish all 5 nails with just the crease, then you just continue on like as you were using regular polish, and put the gel over top of the entire nail, and then while it's wet, you put the applicator over top of that, and it's supposed to harden. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I did not film that part. my mistake and I apologize, but it's pretty much the exact same process that I'm doing right now, aside from you're just doing the entire nail and then you're putting the applicator on it, and there's no need to cure. And I think that's the bonus part of this whole process, is you don't need to cure it. I think it's fantastic. And I always kind of got to wonder if this applicator stuff would work with regular builder gel. Like, does the applicator allow it to harden on its own without having to nuke it? I'm not sure, but if anybody out there knows, I would love for you to tell me if that's even the case, or if it's not possible with builder gel. I'm not sure. So there you go. I do have the thumb right and on, and it's giving me a little grief, so I've got to hold it down. Of course, there's always that one in the crowd that has to give you grief, but not a problem. It's easily fixed, and my patience is getting the better of me, but I do fix it, and it does finally stay on. And there you go. So the tabs just kind of popped off while I was trying to hold them all in place. So all you do then now after this step is you're gonna just brush it on just like a regular nail polish. And I noticed a couple of people were commenting about how the brushes were starting to get gunky and not work properly, but I never found that. I just did what the instruction says, keep switching the brushes into the proper container when you're using it and brush it off in between. And sometimes I forgot, but other times, the majority of the time I did remember to switch the brush and clean it off so that I don't have to worry about that issue. And my apologies, I guess I did film this part after all, but it's very easy. Slap on that glue, and then the activator, and then voila, you've got a perfectly fine nail without having to cure. And it's already pre-designed for you. But, you know me, I do have to put a little bit of a design on it. And I'm kind of liking the short nails. Plus, I'm also going to be having my granddaughter over for New Year's, and she's only a month old, and I would really feel super bad if I scratched her with my long nails. So it's kind of a bonus and a very good timing that I'm doing these nails so that they are still short and I don't have to hurt her, and I'll be able to get like some sort of like a New Year's design of some sort. I haven't thought about it yet, but once I get all this done, then that'll be the next video would be to show you what I've come up with my New Year's nails. And I know it's kind of tedious and you're just watching me do 5 nails, but it's the same application for every nail. It's very, very easy. You just put the glue over top of the entire nail, and then once you've got it even and on the way you like, then you just put the activator on it, clean the brush, swap the bottles, and no gunky brush, and you're on to the next nail. And that's just what I've been doing, following the instructions to a T, or is what I think I'm doing to a T. And it's not giving me so much grief. Aside from the thumbnail, it's actually pretty great. And I'm really liking this process. I find this way easier than having to mess with the builder gel. And oh my goodness, that is such a sticky operation. I don't know how you ladies deal with it. I can't figure that out. And I can't figure out the curing and how to make the apex and the C-curve with the gel. But with this kit, I find it fantastic and very easy to deal with, and I don't even think I filed afterwards. Maybe a little bit on the edges because some of them were a little bit thicker than my natural nail. Aside from that, I mean, it was great. I think I highly recommend this kit, especially if you're just a beginner still wanting to try gel. This is fantastic. You can definitely feel the difference between gel and acrylic on your nails. And I'm not sure how to get these off, But I'll deal with that again later in another video, another time perhaps. And there we go. And there I'm doing the last nail with the brush on glue. I wish they did giving you a little bit more glue though, because then you'd have more opportunities to do more fingers at another time. And if anybody out there knows if you can use that activator stuff with regular builder gel and it still have the same effect, then I would really appreciate you letting me know, because I'm kind of curious to see if that works. And why don't they make that gel with the activator as a kit, like not just like this, but like on an everyday basis, so that for people that are challenged with actually curing the gel, this would solve everybody's problem. So I'm hoping there is something out there, because I'm not very familiar with polygel and acrogel. I do know builder gel because that's how I started, and it was a very messy situation. So if you could let me know, I would really appreciate it. So there we go. All the application's been done. The glue, the activator, and just taking off these little tabs. And just 1, 2, and there you go. They're off. See, and I think they look fantastic. I love how they shine. So, if you all like this, I would appreciate you giving me a little bit of a like. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Stay groovy.